Today, we have the full reveal of the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, including confirmation on the specs and the price. Let me know in the comments who out there is waiting for the Galaxy S24 series, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest tech. So first up, before we get into the exciting S24 stuff, for those of you looking to buy a phone now, Best Buy currently have some great deals at like $300 off the Z Fold 5 or $150 off the S23 Ultra, so I've placed a link down in the description below for those that want to go and check it out. Now on to the S24 Ultra, and thankfully it's all good news. First up, we've got a tweet from Ahmed Quaidar, and he confirms that the S24 Ultra is going to be much stronger than its predecessor, which is great for those of you that don't use cases. Now, the new titanium frame is reportedly 56% stronger than the armored aluminium, and the front display is now protected by Gorilla Glass armor. We also had news last week that the S24 Ultra's display has a peak brightness of 2600 nits, and this is much brighter than its predecessor, as well as many other phones on the market. This is great news for S24 fans. Now, for those of you concerned about price, we've got even more good news, and a new report suggests that there won't be any changes in pricing when it comes to the S24 series, and they're going to be at the same launch price as this year's. Now, this means about $800 for the S24, $1,000 for the S24 Plus, and then $1,200 for the S24 Ultra. And I guess because they share so many similarities with their predecessor, Samsung was able to cut down on the R&D prices to keep things competitive. Now, next up, we've got news that the Galaxy S24 series is going to support satellite communication, similar to what we see in the iPhones. Now, we had many rumors that this would be coming, and a new screenshot has emerged confirming it's going to be called Emergency Text via Satellite, and it's going to allow you to send text to emergency services with your GPS location for those times where you do have an emergency but you've got no signal. Now, next up, we've got more confirmations on AI features, and the stock voice recorder app is now going to use AI to identify and tag different speakers, and it's going to support up to 10 different speakers. Now, we've already had reports of many other AI features, such as fully AI-generated wallpapers, along with portrait and weather effects for the lock screen. The photo editor is now going to have a lot more AI features as well, such as being able to expand the border of your photos and use generative AI to fill it, and you're also going to be able to move people from one photo into another. The Notes app is also going to be much cleaner overall, and you can use AI to summarize and organize your messy notes. And then we've also got lots more features like Live Call Translate and Live Voice Isolation to block out background noises when you're recording or on the phone. Next up, we've got confirmation on the storage and the color variants thanks to Revegnus on Twitter, and he's listed all of them. For the S24, we get a choice of 8GB of RAM and up to 256GB storage, and it's going to be available in grey, black, violet, and yellow. For the S24 Plus, we get up to 12GB of RAM and up to 512GB of storage, and it's going to be the same colors as the S24. And for the S24 Ultra, we get up to 12GB of RAM and up to 1TB of storage, and this is going to be available in titanium black, titanium grey, titanium violet, and titanium yellow. When it comes to the design reveal, we've already had leaked hands-on photos as well as the leaked official renders. Now, I can't show the official renders because Samsung take the videos down, but I've created these 3D concept renders based off those same renders, so this is exactly what the S24 Ultra is going to look like. So overall, the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra is looking like a bigger upgrade than we first anticipated, and it should be a very popular phone. Now, for those excited, we're going to run through the full specs, design, and the price for each model in the S24 series to help you guys decide which one is right for you. Now, for my regular viewers, you guys have seen this, so just skip to the next video. But if you're new here, then hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. The standard Galaxy S24 is coming with a 6.1-inch 120Hz dynamic AMOLED display. We get a resolution of 2340 by 1080, and it's going to be using Samsung's new M13 OLED panels protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 2. We get a 12-megapixel punch-hole camera for the selfies, then on the rear it's a 50-megapixel primary camera, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 10-megapixel telephoto, and of course it's going to be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in South Korea and USA, while European users users are going to be getting the Exynos 2400. We get 12GB of RAM and a choice of 256 or 512GB storage, and this is going to be a UFS 4.1. It comes with a 3900 mAh battery, and while fast charging is still unknown, we're hoping to see an upgrade to something like 40 watts, but we do know that we're getting 5G, Bluetooth 5.3 and Wi-Fi 7. Now it's coming with One UI 6 based on Android 14, and it's expected to launch from about $850 to $900, and that's going to be in February 2024. Now next up, we've got the Galaxy S24 Plus with a 6.7-inch 120Hz dynamic AMOLED display. We get an upgraded Quad HD Plus resolution of 3120 by 1440, and it's going to be using Samsung's new M13 OLED panel, and again protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 2. We get a 12-megapixel punch-hole camera for the selfies, then on the rear, again it's a 50-megapixel primary, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 10-megapixel telephoto. It's going to be powered up by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in South Korea and USA, and again, Europe users are going to get the Exynos 2400, and again, we get 12GB of RAM, and then the choice of 256 or 512 storage, which will be UFS 4.1. It comes with a 4700 mAh battery, and while fast charging again is unknown, we're hoping to see an upgrade to something like 40 watts, and again, we get 5G, Bluetooth 5.3 and Wi-Fi 7. It's coming with One UI 6 based on Android 14, and it's expected to launch from about $1,050. Now finally, we've got the most premium, the Galaxy S24 Ultra. And with the S24 Ultra, we've got a 6.8-inch 120Hz dynamic AMOLED display. It's got a resolution of 3088 by 1440, and again, it's using Samsung's new M13 OLED panel, protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 2. We get a 12-megapixel punch-hole camera for the selfies, then on the rear, it's a 200-megapixel primary camera, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, we get a 50-megapixel 3x telephoto, as well as a 10-megapixel telephoto with 10x optical zoom. Despite previous rumors, it's going to be powered up by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in all regions, and it's only the S24 and the S24 Plus that are still going to be using the Exynos. And with the S24 Ultra, we get up to 12GB of RAM with up to 1TB of storage, and this is of course UFS 4.1. It comes with a 5000 mAh battery, and while fast charging is still unknown, when it comes to the Ultra, we're hoping for an upgrade of something closer to 60 watts, and we're also going to get 5G, Bluetooth 5.3 and Wi-Fi 7. Now it's coming with One UI 6 based on Android 14, and it's expected to launch from $1,250. So overall, the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra brings a fresh design with more strength and a much brighter display, on top of upgraded hardware and lots of new AI features. The inclusion of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in all models of the Ultra feels like a good move from Samsung, and with upgrades across the whole lineup, it should see plenty of success. Now, because of the similarities to the predecessor though, it's probably not going to make anyone with an S23 Ultra rush for an upgrade, but for anyone with an older S phone or looking to get their first S phone, then it's going to be a great choice. Now, of course, being so close to launch, more and more details are going to continue to come in, and I'm going to be sharing them as soon as they do, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.